Hello! Welcome back! It is Wednesday. I am your friendly neighborhood Prax. Welcome to the channel. It is a wonderful night for some Zweihander. We're gonna go around, introduce ourselves, say who we're playing, and then we're gonna leave it to Tom and we'll see how things go. I am Prax. I get to play Nethra Fusefire, she, her, our dwarven artillerist, whose belief system is everybody who's a holy man except Gisela, because she's cool, deserves to get shot in the face and then lit on fire. And then directly underneath me is Billy. Hello, Billy. Welcome back. How you doing?
Good now. Super stoked to be back. Sorry, I have missed some stuff, but excited to hop back in as Remsaw, our renegade, emaciated convict ogre. And you know, I think the most admirable part about him is he's a good listener in that he doesn't speak much at all. And I'm learning that in my personal and professional lives that is also a really great trait. Weird to learn that in your late 30s, but you know, better late than never.
This is true. This is true. And then next up, the only religious person that Nethra likes. Hey, Laura. How are you? How you doing?
Doing well. I will be playing Gisela Haberben tonight, Godsworn of Sigmar, who is currently trying to balance the fact that her order alignment is Zeal with the fact that Prax seems to not be able to tell a religious person from a person of Nurgle. I'm not sure. They're not a religious person. They're just a follower of Nurgle. That's not really a religion, and we don't really count them, so you can't really count them. Also,
Abbess.
note,
Abbess. I would like to point out the undead Abbess.
okay, well, but this wasn't an Abbess, and he never claimed to be religious. He just said caretaker. Also, you know, Sigmar's loved me an awful lot, but I just bought new really awesome heavy metal dice at Gen Con, so hopefully Sigmar continues to love me through the heavy metal dice. But if he doesn't, I will definitely blame new dice.
Okay, well, Sigmar does love you a lot. Leading over to directly above Laura. Hey, Pope. How are you? How's life going for you?
Going well. Hey everybody, Pope here, Pope Roble on Twitter, Pope Roble on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. Today I get to come back playing my dwarf Aldar. We will see how angry Sigmar makes me. Through Gisela's prayers. There's a large bat thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you all are familiar with this. The dwarves are very ground-based. So I think there might be problems.
I think that might be problems. I think we shoot it, you stab it, Remsaw cuts it in half, and then Gisela stabs it some more. Thank you, Billy.
Gisela has no stabbing. Gisela has no stabbing.
Oh, Gisela has smiting.
And hit it with a hammer.
Yes, these things. I'm sorry. This leads us to our wonderful GM for the day. Hi, Tom. How you feeling? How's life?
I'm good. It's great to be back. We took a little break for both Gen Con, and then our house was blessed by Grandfather Nurgle in the immediate aftermath of Gen Con. Happily, he was not too generous with his blessings. We have happily recovered. And didn't seem to spread it around at all, which is also nice. Very excited to be back. Speaking of Nurgle, last episode we left off. The party continued. The party risked the road at the behest of the captain, and you traveled through what seemed to be a curiously empty countryside as you came across an abandoned logging camp, and made camp there. You found a few interesting pieces of wow, what did you guys find there? I believe medicine was found there.
And
Gisela got a really cool tree that got hit
You
by
also got a
yes.
actually that was a prayer to Sigmar to send aid, resulting in a thunderstorm that actually maybe helped you guys out a little bit from any airborne threats. And a thunderstrike in the woods, providing Gisela with a wooden icon for of Sigmar's will. The party continued on, coming to a village that seemed to be fully populated. I don't think anyone actually took too close of a look at the villagers as you guys were making your way through, if I recall correctly. It has no children, no elderly. It was all kind of like mid-aged adults. The village gave all of you a real bad feeling, despite the fact that Heinrich, the caretaker of the village, was incredibly friendly. Literally nothing but literally nothing but welcoming. I don't get it. As the party very quickly discovered that the village was worshiping Nurgle, in the process actually of composting the surrounding countryside's people in their temple in an effort to summon demons. The party happily did not linger too long in the village, for demon summoning was about to commence. Y'all killed pretty much everything, burned the village to the ground.
I believe Aldar mentioned salt. I believed he was salting as well.
Yes. Y'all were quite thorough, which Sigmar appreciated. After what can only be termed as a absolutely horrendous time of killing the last of the Nurgle worshippers, burning an entire village to the ground, taking time to salt the earth, the party set out, moving down the hill away from the burning village in the failing light, as the light of the current kindling that was the village continues to burn, the captain leading the way. And as you make your way down the hill, the captain gaining a little bit of distance in front of you, trying to seek back to the road, the thwomping noise of wings overhead, the captain looking up, having enough time to say, "Oh, fuck." And something, a large mass dropping out of the sky on top of him. And we have 4 of you here. So hold on real quick. Just want to see who's going to be the lucky. Remsa. It takes a second to register. You feel the impact of something on you. Liquid. It doesn't register immediately because it was around body temperature when it hit you. You would just like bring a hand up and you see that you are smeared from a spray of blood. And below, right at your feet, you see the legs, one of the legs of the captain, severed and laying there. What fell out of the sky has resolved into what can only be described as the shoulders and the set of the head are distinctly humanoid, but everything else about this registers as bat. Large, elongated arms with wings, muscular shoulders and arms, a huge ears protruding out, a snout, the sharp teeth currently dripping with the blood as you see it has torn open the captain's torso with a single bite. It lets out a piercing cry as it turns to look at all of you, still holding what is now the twitching, soon-to-be corpse of the captain as his life is dropping out from him. What do you all do?
Shoot it.
Roll me an attack.
What? Nethra has one thing she does. That's a nope, shoot it. And I don't have any problems with sight anymore at all. Yeah, just making sure I don't have anything else. Ooh, that's a 33 under 63.
All right, roll damage.
And so 1 6 6 4 17.
You see a chunk fly out of this thing's shoulder as you hit it. The wound gaping immediately begins to close as you have no lasting damage done on this creature, as it kind of just
Gisela, that's a you. That's a you. And she kind of ducks behind Remsaw with the very big
lets
gun.
out another piercing cry to the sky, and takes a moment. Do any of you, do the rest of you, do something in this moment as it lets out another cry?
I think Remsaw's still kind of processing being soaked in someone else's blood.
Actually, yeah, that's a fair point. Does anyone not have the gore? Who has the immunity to like horrific gore things?
I think
That's just me and Aldar.
I think it's just out. I need the other two. We'll go with. Let's go with a standard resolve roll. Because we're gonna roll for some stress here. Y'all just got bathed in the captain's blood. I think it's fair to say you're feeling some stress.
okay.
So that's a... This is, words. This is a 27 under a 37.
All right, you're good.
I got a. Where's my spreads? 68 over 61.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What is your peril threshold?
1 million, I think. Yeah. Since the disaster with my sheet disappearing, what combination of scores?
Willpower plus 3 would be the base.
Then 71.
7? No. I'm sorry. The willpower
7?
bonus. My bad.
7.
Willpower bonus.
Willpower bonus.
Yeah, 7.
7.
So that's plus. That's
7
the plus 3.
7 plus
So
3
it's
is
4.
10.
4
All
plus
right.
3 is 7.
You would only drop 1 level in your peril track. Then you are imperiled now. You are no longer unhindered. And that doesn't affect you mechanically yet, but you drop down on that peril track. Now, Remshaw, I apologize, I interrupted you, but you made an excellent point, and I wanted to reflect that. So you have this moment as what happens registered. What do you do next?
He fights his initial instinct because the people he's surrounded by have proven useful. So he fights his initial instinct to run, and kind of stays put, like his body tenses, like he doesn't know what to do. And it's made clear to everybody else that he's like you'd recognize like an unseasoned soldier, like kind of frozen in the middle of like battle.
Yeah, and between that and Nethra's shot that auto healed up, Gisela's gonna grab. We're just gonna say it's Nethra and Remshaw's shoulders because I don't really know who's close to her, but she's gonna grab their shoulders and be like, "We need to make for the trees. We cannot do this right now. We need to retreat to the trees. He's already gone." And she's going to start going back towards whatever the closest forest is, whichever side of the road that was. Because I know we just came from the forest before the village. And that was a place where it couldn't get us before.
Sorry, we just had a whole animal battle occur, like on and around my chair. So, as Gisela says this, the creature looks at you, spreads out a wingspan greater, like this wing. The wingspan of this thing is larger than like a full-sized warhorse, as it beats its wings and takes to the air, keeping part of the captain in its mouth. Other pieces fall off as it takes to the air, and you can hear it circling up. Do you guys move? The forest is a ways to your south. It would probably at least 150 yards as you begin to move. At what pace are you all moving?
Wind sprints.
Okay. Everyone else on board with that? Is everyone else good with running?
Yeah, Nethra's running and tracking the large flying thing with the gun. So if it starts to descend, she's gonna try and take a second shot at it.
Okay.
Doesn't do much, but it at least will.
I will say for this, with the failing light, please roll me an awareness, but you had sight of it, so roll me awareness plus 10.
Ooh, awareness plus 10. Not that the failing light really bothers Nethra.
Oh, you're right. Then, yeah, does the failing light, you have a...
I get to see in the dark because I am a dwarf with cave sight.
Then let's pass by the roll completely. You see this creature fly up. It's circling. Not descending. It is maintaining a circle around you.
So is it shifting its circle as we move?
Yes.
Okay, so it's tracking us. Nethra would let the others know. It's like, nope, it's keeping an eye on us.
As you're running, is anybody looking around?
Gisela will. She's
Gisela.
not quite full out running, A, because she's in plate mail and that's real hard, and B, because she wants to be the backup. Like, if this thing comes at them, she's already seen that Nethra's gun doesn't do much, so she's kind of hoping her hammer does slightly more, so she's running at the back.
Please roll me an awareness test
Okay.
as you scan the surrounding countryside.
See, I said I was going to do that before I looked and saw what my awareness was, which is probably not the best thing to do, but yeah, no, that's fail with 51.
51 over what?
Oh, I'm sorry, over 46.
Over 46? What you do see, it's difficult to make out as the light is failing, and they are still maybe 100 yards behind you. Though the light of the burning village does nicely silhouette them a bit, you see a rider on a horse, clearly armored. With the rider, 12 individuals moving on foot. Lithe, long-limbed, carrying what appear to be weapons.
How many people were with the it was a Duke somebody?
The Duke? The Duke appeared to be traveling with an army. You appeared to see the vanguard, most of them horsed individuals wearing armor very similar to what you are seeing in the silhouette here. The other individuals don't look familiar to you, and you can't quite get a good look at them. You do see the rider pull up on the reins as like clearly sees all of you and kind of sits back, and the 12 individuals break into a run, and they are fast, as they begin covering ground.
All right. So let's move a little quicker. I think the Duke's caught up with us, and he may have brought fake friends.
Oh, so we're burning more shit. Okay.
No, we're not taking time to burn. We're running.
I'm not taking time to burn. She just kind of like holds a firebomb in her hand and like looks as she's running and just like,
Please don't burn the forest. Please, we really don't need that on our ass also. Please.
So, you all are breaking for the woods, yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Gisela, you're now also joining the hauling ass crew.
She's gonna, again, haul ass at the slightest less so that she is in the back, but yes, hauling ass as much as she can in plate armor.
Well, I would very much appreciate it if everybody here would roll me a d10 and add their movement to this, as we are going to initiate a brief chase scene. If nothing else, to see how many of these guys catch up to you as you're running.
We're rolling D10. You said
D10 plus your movement. Yeah, just throw. I'm gonna go around, and you can tell me what you got. So starting with Gisela. Gisela, what did you get?
15.
15. Very nice. Eldar, how are those
16.
dwarf legs doing?
16.
16. Gisela, you are holding up to your being just slightly behind, promise.
Slightly.
Prax, what did you get?
14.
14. So Gisela's gaining on you a little bit. And Remshaw.
movement is agility.
Agility
Plus-
+3.
Yep, agility +3.
So that's 14.
14. All right, let me see how these guys are all going to do. They're going to make up ground on you. It's a matter of how many of them are really, really hauling on you. So, all right. Out of the dozen, 4 of them seem to be flagging behind as a pack breaks out that seems to be a bit more aggressive and gaining on you. You guys are almost to the tree line as you are moving still. Roll me another d10 as you guys are all, and actually, do you, as you make this initial break across open ground, do any of you do anything?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That one bottle of spirits I got,
Mm-hmm.
pull, quick swig, holding in mouth.
All right.
If I have to turn an aspirate into something's face, so whatever fire is being brought down, divine, alchemical, what have you, it goes up a bit quicker.
Got it. So you're holding liquid in your mouth as you're sprinting?
Yep.
Oof. Okay. All right. Anyone else getting anything ready?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Gisela was gonna Lionheart after our big friend there, and now if she's assuming we're dealing with the undead because that's the Duke, so she is going to hold her symbol of her hammer up high. Because I'm pretty sure the hammer is what I used to cast Lionheart before, so that's what we're gonna do now until I remember
Are you
otherwise.
here for a slight penalty for trying to pray while sprinting?
I mean, I feel like I should be able to pray while sprinting, but okay, I can. I'll take a slight penalty.
Okay, we'll put -10 on it.
Okay, does that make it challenging -10 total, or are we dealing with things because it's a let's see, Lionheart is lesser, so that would make it standard. But
So it makes it -10. Just regular -10.
That is a 38 under 75.
All right, who are you giving Lionheart to?
Well, everybody has Lionheart. It can be up to my fellowship bonus of.
Oh, right. They're immune to fear and stress now, right?
Fear and stress. Yes, I did not get a critical, so terror is not included, but fear and stress we are immune to, and we are immune to the intimidate skill.
Oh, nice. As you all are running, There is no blinding beam of Sigmar this time, as you did not crit, but you all feel a familiar warmth grow inside you, almost like a reassuring brush on the shoulder happens here as you are all running. And I need everyone to roll me another d10. And Eldar, you're holding liquid in your mouth while you're running. We're gonna subtract a 2 from your roll because you're starting to breathe a little hard through that nose. All right, and then we'll go around again. Gisela, what'd you roll?
A little bit slower with the prayer. I got a 12.
All right. Eldar, how'd you do?
15 this time with
Ooh.
the -2.
Wow. Eldar ran harder since drinking apparently makes Eldar run faster.
Dwarves.
Dwarves, very dangerous over short distances.
And booze.
And booze, though they're wasted on cross country. Prax, how'd you do?
So I think what happens is when Gisela points out the undead, Nethra shoulders the rifle and like is still tracking the circling thing in the air, but there's more important things. And so she's running and prepping a bunch of these bottle bombs to throw at the things that get too close. So she's now up to an 18.
Okay, all right.
Going faster.
And then Remsaw.
Rolled a 1, so that's going to be an 8.
All right. Oh boy. Yeah, no, the pack behind you of 7 guys is keeping pace. They are still on the hunt. You guys make it into the tree line. The tree line, you guys move into the tree line. You now face the choice of you have a pack of 7 on you with another group of 4 behind them who are still running. They've just fallen a little bit behind here. Do you want to make a stand here, or do you want to keep moving and see if you can string them out a little bit more?
We're in the woods. Let's make it a trap.
Nethra will do that, but if she senses that any of them gets within striking distance, she'll throw one of the bombs that she's prepped as kind of a deterrent.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
There's only like 1 or 2 that seem to be in danger of doing that at the moment. They're not quite close enough though, as they've closed distance. You guys are at the trees. This pack has now closed the gap to maybe like 30 yards behind you. They are fast as they are moving in. You guys are still, does anyone glance back and try to take a good look at these things, or are you guys just continuing to run?
What Gisela's actually looking for is she's trying to look for logs and other things in the path that would hinder a rider.
Ooh, you want to?
You said the Duke was on horse still, right?
There is a rider. There is a rider with them.
But there is a rider who is armored in the same way that the Duke was, and therefore Gisela is assuming it's the Duke on horseback. And so she's trying to make sure we get as much that will hinder a rider and a horse coming through as possible.
Okay, so you're looking for like a path to cut that will make the hard for the rider to follow you.
Yes.
Okay. As you
we're gonna
move
have
into
to fight whatever these running things are, but we're gonna try to make it not fighting him.
I'm going to call this a survival test to pick a path that is specifically difficult for a rider.
Yep.
So roll me a survival test, and we'll see. This you will succeed regardless. It's about if you make your own running more difficult in the next phase of this.
I do have 1 skill rank of training in ride, if that could make me do better, because I am slightly familiar with riding over hard courses.
I like that. Go ahead and add that dot to your survival check.
Okay. Damn it. I don't know. That was barely a success. We're talking like 50 for under 40s. You're under 56 with the dot.
That will allow you to pick out a path, and you will receive no negatives on your running.
Okay.
You won't
So
get any positives. You didn't pick out a great path.
I was gonna say, would it do? But I don't want to re-roll it and worry about wasting it. So we'll go ahead and we'll keep that. It's a barely a success, but it's a success.
All right, everyone roll me that next D10 as we're going to conclude our chase scene here with 3 rounds. Everyone roll me that. Let's see how if you guys open the gap anymore. Man. All right. Gisela, what'd you get?
Slower and slower every round. 9.
9. Aldar, what'd you get?
With the penalty, 15 again.
15 again. Are you still holding it in your mouth?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Those dwarven lungs. Prax, what'd you get?
19.
19. All right, you have opened you've gotten yourself into pretty good position if you got to turn around and start shooting. Remsa.
15.
15. All right. Well, unfortunately, not only did the entire pack, well, okay, one actually fell behind. One stumbled and fell behind, rolled a 1 on theirs. 4 of them have kept pace. 2 of them have caught Gisela as they rolled a 9 and a 10 respectively on their rolls plus their movement. So Gisela, you hear the panting behind you. It's not like a dog. It is the desperate, like ragged breathing of a person on the very edge of some sort of need. And they are coming for you. And you feel hands starting to clasp at your armor. And I am going to roll. I need you to actually, roll me a either athletics or coordination test, whichever one you feel would be more appropriate for how Gisela would try to stop from being knocked down by pursuers.
She's gonna fail that either way. So
Okay.
Not by a lot, but it's a fail.
One of them hooks long, elongated clawed fingers into one of your armor plates on your leg. And it hitches you just enough that you stumble and you drop to a knee. The hand comes free, and you now have stopped running with 2 of these creatures standing there. Now that you can see them, they are distinctly human in profile, though their arms have elongated, their fingers have elongated, their skin has gone absolutely chalk pale white. Their eyes are red and irritated. Long fangs have begun growing out of their teeth. Their legs don't look all entirely human. Their feet have burst out of boots, or in one case, one of them with a slightly more feminine presentation looks like whatever shoes she had are completely gone, and they're having like more padded feet at this point, starting to resemble the clawed toes of the bat creature you saw earlier.
Oh.
And I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative as y'all been caught, and you're currently facing 2 of them with another 4 about to jump into the fray, with another 4 coming up behind. Oh no, well, there's something else in there, but yeah, we'll figure it out. So, yeah, math. All right.
And initiative is
1d10 plus your initiative modifier, which is your
Perception plus 3.
Perception plus 3.
okay.
All right. Okay. So, I've got a feeling that these things are going first. Wow, Prax, you almost. Well, hold on. We're actually gonna have to do some math. We may have tied.
Nefra does one thing well.
Yeah, Nefra's a beast when it comes to. I forgot Nefra's an absolute beast when it comes to initiative. These things are pretty solid too. I rolled a 22. So Nefra will be going first. All right, so we have a 23 and a 22. Did anyone else roll above 15?
Yeah, I rolled a 17, which is the highest I could possibly roll, and still fuck you guys, because
Same at 16.
Okay, so
Nine.
Albert got a 16. Gisela got a 17 or a 15? Yeah.
17.
Yeah. And
I thought I
then
was doing
Remshaw,
really well until I saw those other numbers.
To be fair, I crit this time on the initiative, so that's a 23 is my top for what I can roll for initiative.
these things cheat. So. All right. So, Nefra, 2 of these creatures have caught Gisela. You see, they've brought her up, though she didn't quite fall badly. She is now in combat with these things. You turn around and see them. What do you do?
Well, her first instinct was when she was like, well, fuck, I was gonna burn him, but she's in the way. So she's gonna switch out the bottle bomb that she's got and grab the holy hand grenades that she's made out of, the holy water that Gisela's got. And, it's like, well, she shot it, did weird shit. She was gonna burn it, but Gisela's in the way, so this is what she's gonna do. So I'm going to aim and then throw this at them.
All right. Go ahead and roll that attack with an aim bonus.
Yeah, and I'm gonna she's gonna try and put it like, and the advantage, oh, wait a minute, never mind. She's not going to do that. She's going to stay on, with the firebomb, because I forgot that I have an effect that means that I can do, when I roll for, this kind of thing, I can make sure that it doesn't hit anybody else.
Nice. All right.
Oh, that'll be very nice with a 44 under a 73.
All right. Very nice. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Yes, which is remembering. So it's just the regular D6, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
6.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 is 11, and then combat bonus, which I always forget, is a 5, so 16.
16.
And it's on fire.
Ooh, 16. They are both moving down from, that would be lightly, moderately. They're both moving down to severely wounded on that. You were 1 damage point away from moving them down another track. So really quickly, nope, 1's fine. The other one burns up. So one of them dies in this explosion. The explosion, Gisela, it is right on the edge of being uncomfortable on the heat, but it is placed perfectly to keep you outside of the blast radius. As you see, one of these creatures actually actively catches fire and begins to burn. The other one kind of dodges away from the fire a little bit, that you can see half of its body is like severely burned, and you can see the burns not as quickly as the large bat creature, but still noticeably beginning to heal, and the charred flesh starting to return to itself. As it is now, unless that was all 3 of your AP, correct?
No, that's just 2.
Do you have one more?
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold that last one. And she just kind of like chucks it and says, "Sorry about the heat!" And don't worry, it's not gonna burn you. And then goes, and then she's just in flavor going to shift to pull the gun.
Yeah. As the one creature that is left right now, as the other one is beginning to come up, it is going to enter combat. The one that fell behind, I'm sorry, there's 4 more coming up that are going to enter combat next round. And then another wave. The one that's here moves back up 1 track as it begins to heal. It is Gisela, when this thing moves, it is moving desperately fast. It is incredibly quick, but there's a desperation to its movement as it is reaching for you. One hand, this one having like an elegant, almost courtly sword in its hand, as it swings it towards you, acting as if it has a butcher's blade. Almost no finesse to this whatsoever, but it is still done so in an incredibly fast manner. So it is going to try to attack you. It is going to hit. I rolled a 3.
Mhm.
I will say combat has begun. If you would like to try to parry that, though, it's very unlikely that you'll parry that.
No, Gisela wants to. I want to keep my AP, so she's gonna let it hit her.
Okay. It is on its hunger track. It is in a state of frenzy, so it gets an extra d6 of damage.
Okay.
So that's going to be 2 and a 6 and a 3. So that's 9, 18, 21 damage.
I just saw what my damage condition tracker was from the last game. I think that killed me.
Oh no. What's your damage threshold?
12.
12. And what was your damage tracker?
Seriously wounded.
Seriously wounded. So 12.
Wait. No. Shit, I had a thing up for that.
You did. You had
That was at the very end of it. Hold on, I'm checking how long it lasts.
That was the one that was a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Hold on.
I'll also point out that because of how you built your character, you also have a fate point.
I do have a fate point because no unassailable bulwark lasts for like 12 minutes or something. So I will go ahead and use the fate point because that would have knocked me to slain. So we will use the fate point here.
You may burn a fate point. The blade flickers down faster than you can track, and you flinch ever so slightly. And when you flinch, you bring your shoulder up and your head down, and it pinches the opening in the armor closed, that just as it's designed to do. As the blade flicks down and it lands on your armor, does not pierce. The creature is going to try to barrel into you and knock you to the ground on that attack. I need you to roll me a athletics or coordination test to resist a takedown.
Am I not already on the ground?
Nah, I counted. It stopped you from running, but you were able to you were on like one knee.
Okay. I make either of those.
Okay. Yeah. And as it runs into, it doesn't have a lot of mass to it. It actually kind of is like, feels a little emaciated as it like runs into you, and it's like claws are scratching over your armor ineffectively as it is like clawing at you, almost like it's, and like you feel teeth scraping against your armor. All right, Gisela, it is your turn.
Fuck. Okay. No, because I just saw that, and that's going to change my whole thing because I'm way more damaged than I thought I was. So let's start with, but I'm not down. I don't need to get up.
Nope.
I am standing up.
You are standing up.
Okay. I am standing up, which means I'm going to start with Chaos Overturned.
All right. What level spell is that? Or prayer is that?
Chaos Overturned is a lesser prayer, so it's going to cost me 2 AP to do.
All right. What'd you roll?
Well, I rolled a 37 under a 75.
Oh, okay. What does this do?
So this is the one that gives me the extra AP every turn and
Nice.
lets me do an extra attack every turn.
All right.
In which case, I am also, because spells count as an attack, going to cast Unassailable Bulwark. And Unassailable Bulwark is a petty spell, so this is going to cost me 1 AP. So I'm still going to have an AP left after this.
Yep.
I rolled a 1.
Nice. That is a crit
I
success.
was like, is that a crit?
That is
I
a
don't
crit
know.
success.
Okay. Right, that's what it... Or is it... That,
1 is a crit success.
yeah, that's not a 100. That's double zeros and a 1. That's
Yes,
a 1.
that's a 1. That's a crit
Okay,
success.
Look, I've never rolled a 1 before. I had to double check that was actually what
Nice.
that was.
No,
Okay.
precisely a 1% chance of that happening.
Yeah, so that's a 1, which is a crit success, which hell yes means. So in addition to grievous and serious injuries inflicted upon me or treated as moderate, I am now immune to melee damage
All right.
for the next 11 minutes.
So this thing runs into you, scraping its thing. It is thrown off as light begins to shine out from inside your armor as you rise up, having almost nearly been killed, now standing as an unassailable bulwark against these foes as you step forward, shouting the name of Sigmar in defiance at these creatures as they come forth. Wow, that's a turn right there from being dead to like, I literally can't die right now. Eldar,
I'm gonna hold my last AP. Just
to parry the stuff that can't hurt
parry
you.
the stuff that can't get me, but also because I can't hit with it, so why not?
Actually, hold on to your AP, because we'll just say these creatures, they're not going to care about opportunity attacks, and you'd probably be able to tell that based on how they were coming after you. Aldar.
Quickly moves, gets in the face of the thing that should have been a killing blow. Aldar's enough of a soldier to know.
Mm-hmm.
And is going to clink his two swords together to try and get this thing's face to turn. And as it does, I would like to do a dirty trick.
All right. What do you want to do?
I'm aspirating the spirits right in its eyes.
That's fair. It like you, it like, and just.
That was a 3.
Yeah.
Under a 46.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, it's yep. Really, like alcohol with like a lot of saliva and like dwarf musk just mixed in, just right in the face.
I have a mild question about Aldar spraying alcohol into the face of somebody that I just lit on fire.
Yeah, let's roll that. Let's see what happens here, because that's an interesting point. So you are looking to for dirty tricks. You succeeded. I'm assuming you are going for blinded.
Yes.
So it cannot counterspell, dodge, parry until the end of that turn. I'm going to roll a quick dice because this one survived and didn't catch on fire, which is why it didn't die.
True.
I'll roll a quick. We'll give it a. We'll see if it's still close enough to that blaze. We'll give it a 45% chance. Sound fair?
That's fair.
Yeah.
92. So yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah. So, however, it cannot parry or really see anything. Is it like? And Aldar, you now have 2 more AP.
Yeah. I'm cutting the fucker.
Go for it.
So that is a 27 under a 71.
27. All right, that definitely hits. Roll damage.
All right. Six. 5,
Oh God.
6, 2. So 29.
29. So what kind of weapon you're using? A mortuary sword, right?
Yeah.
Are you taking this thing's head off, or are you going down through the chest cavity? Like, how are you doing this?
Again, dwarf versus thing that is inordinately tall.
It's long, but it runs in kind of a crouch, so it's actually closer to your level, despite having a lot of length to it.
This is butchery.
Mhm.
As Aldar just brings the mortuary sword right where, the leg meets the pelvis,
Mhm.
and just slashes right through.
The creature dies, but before, as its lower body comes off and the blood sprays, you see it wrench itself over towards the pool of its own blood, reaching for it with a voracious hunger that is deeply unsettling. And if it wasn't for Gisela, I'd make you all roll for fear. Yet Gisela is beloved by Sigmar. You can see another 4 of them coming. We're gonna stay in initiative for Remshaw. Remshaw, you can see another 4 of them coming. You were around Gisela. Like, Gisela fell behind. You're pretty close to Gisela. Are you?
Don't I have one more action point?
You do. What would you like to do? Sorry.
Oi, blood-sucking lapdogs! You got a choice. Eat your friend, or come and die. I'd like to intimidate, please.
Go ahead and roll.
That's a 5 under a 74.
As these run forward,
I can affect 5 of them.
you can affect 5 of them.
Yep.
We'll when they come into range, we'll come to that. I think you've created an interesting potential distraction for a few of them. As I'm gonna say, if you don't mind, as an additional thing, you kick the body of this still twitching one out in front of Gisela and Remshaw, providing some enticing bait. Because technically they cannot be intimidated per se, but you provided they're immune to intimidate. But that's an interesting little conundrum to provide them with. So I'm if you don't mind, I'm going to run with that. Remshaw, would you like to step forward to join Gisela, or are you how are you handling this moment as they're closing with you? You can also hold an attack in the system, very similar to other systems.
So yes, I'm going to do a hard cut from the direction that I was running in to stand next to Gisela. No, behind. Yes. So yeah, sorry, my theater of the mind brain.
Yeah, you're fine.
Got reversed.
You were slightly behind Gisela. Gisela is currently glowing.
Okay. Remsaw responds well to strong leadership, and glowing, it's a pretty good job. So he'll stop next to Gisela.
All right. Are you holding an attack for when a creature comes within range?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. You can hold. You can opt to use. You can opt. Basically, you can drop in the initiative. No, drop in the initiative. You're already at the bottom.
Yeah, I'm already at the bottom.
I'm thinking. You know what? I'm thinking of Flames of Freedom, where they let you hold an attack. for that. I will happily allow you to do that, so you're not wasting like all your AP, unless there's something else you want to do with it.
There are things that I could do, but it wouldn't make any sense. So we're in trees. I could stand next, but take cover if they have ranged weapons. But I think they're all melee, correct?
Yes, though it doesn't actually. Taking cover doesn't only involve ranged weapons. Like you could hunker and like basically cover like your non-weapon side with a tree and force it to come around it or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. You position yourself, and we're gonna say that that's light cover, so you gain 3 to your damage threshold.
Okay.
So you now have like positioned yourself so that if an enemy wants to come at you, they're gonna be filtered directly in front of you. They're not gonna be able to take like a clever angle.
Mm-hmm. And
All right.
And damage threshold is figured out by armor and what
Brawn.
other brawn? Okay.
Brawn.
Yep. Cool.
All right. Nephra,
Cool. So
you can see the 4 coming up. You can see 5 coming behind them.
But Gisela looks like that. Also, Tom, I've messed up one point of order on that. It's a fortune point for me to not burn Gisela.
Okay.
So I spent
That's
a fortune
an
point
easy
to
enough
not
thing to do.
burn Gisela.
Yeah. That's an easy enough thing to we'll just say a fortune point was spent and it is now 4-1.
Yep. Just wanted to. I just like misread the note.
That's fine.
But this time she's gonna pull the holy hand grenade and chuck it at the group that's coming up.
They are currently nicely bunched for an AoE.
Yeah, she's gonna just pull one. Is like, and I think Gisela sends her regards. She's gonna chuck it at them. You don't get to attack my
I imagine
friend.
that somebody sat down on each of the holy hand grenades and just writes like Sigmar's regards to like denote them from the fire bombs.
Well, no, I mean, I bet you Nethra writes that on all of her bombs or something like it.
Yeah.
Like full on, you saw like World War II level
2
like
bombs, yeah.
I'm going
There's
to.
just a smiley face on one of them.
I think Prax, I think we need a full rundown of all the things Prax would write on bombs at some point, or not all the things Nephra would write on bombs at some point.
I will make you a list. It will show up on Twitter. It might show up in the YouTube when you see it later, but it'll happen. All right, so
yeah, I love it.
I'm gonna aim.
I love how Aldar is like just like sneaking like a little junk rat in with like the smiley face bombs.
So that's a 19 under a 75.
All right. So, roll me please for these. Roll me 2d10.
2d10. Cool.
2d10.
Yeah, because I have no.
Actually, yeah. I'm sorry. Roll me 3d10.
Okay, 3d10.
Yes.
All right, so
Because this is literal holy water splashing them.
yeah. Okay, so that's 10, 3, and then one more d10. 9. So 22.
22 damage. So close. As
Too bad that 10 didn't explode. Oh well,
yeah, that
know,
is
it's
the
fair.
downside.
it's fair.
All right, this group. Hold on, let me just really quickly note their health level or lack thereof in it shatters, and like as designed, a cloud of holy water droplets goes out. It incinerates pieces of them as it touches them. They are clearly very hurt by the mere touch of holy water. These wounds do not appear to close as they move in. They all, in some cases, are showing bone. One of them like took a splash to the face, and you can see like the bared eyeball moving around. They all seem like they are incredibly, massively fucked up. Like maybe you exactly met but did not exceed the instant death threshold on them. But they have survived, and they are moving forward. Gisela and Remshaw, you two are at the front, and Prax, you have one more AP because you aimed.
Yeah, I have
Did
one
you
more.
double aim?
No, I single aimed.
Okay.
I don't double aim unless I really need to, and I have eagle eyes, so I really don't need to. But she's like kind of not quite ducking and covering, but she's kind of positioned herself.
Okay. Are you taking cover flavorfully?
Yeah, flavorfully, but not mechanically.
Okay. So we'll give you another. We'll give you a +3 also to your damage threshold. 1 AP to take cover. It is a thing in this.
Not mechanically.
Oh, not mechanically.
I'm not mechanically.
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard the exact opposite.
No,
so
no, no.
flavorfully, not mechanically. Got it.
Flavorfully,
Got
not
it.
mechanically.
All right, my bad.
Intentionally,
So-
flavorfully, not mechanically.
Gisela and Remshaw. 2 of them are coming for you, but then 2 of them are trying to rush past you towards your group mates. I will give both of you, as you're forming a front line, an opportunity attack to try to hit them as they go by.
Sweet. And we can use the AP we saved from last turn on that.
An opportunity attack is not AP, actually. I just double checked it. You will still have an AP to parry.
Okay.
An opportunity attack is not an AP, so you may take an opportunity attack to see if you can stop 2 of them from rushing by you. And let me know if you hit, because these things have literally no health left.
32 under 76.
Billy, one of these creatures tries to rush past Remsaw. How does Remshaw end this thing as it's like sprinting past you at ridiculous speed?
He'll pop out from his cover in the tree, like right at the right time, with a backhanded swing with the scythe to just lob its head clean off. And where the head flies into the distance, like the knees collapse on the body, and just what would be the face goes right into the leaves.
Oh, the body collapses. It's such a clean cut. The head continues on and like hits the ground rolling. And Prax, it rolls right by Nephra. This thing was making a beeline for you. Gisela. Yeah. Gisela?
So I had a scare moment because I thought it was a 76, but it's not. It's a 67, and I have a 70 with my 2 dots in martial melee. So like that went from oh no to oh yes real quick. I was like, oh no, I missed. And then like, oh wait, no, I got it by like 3. Sweet. All right, so I made it by like 3.
Gisela, if I may.
Yeah.
As you like are stand up glowing, and one of these things, you just stick your hammer out and it just runs, it like gets clotheslined by it as it tries to run past you towards Aldar. All right, there are only 2 of them left. One is going for Gisela and one is going for Remshaw. They are charging, so they're spending 1 AP they're spending 2 AP to move and charge. But that allows them to flip to succeed on their next attack. So Gisela, the one that's going to try to attack you, rolled a 97 or a 79. Both fail, which is fine because you were immune to the damage anyway. The one going against Remshaw is an 18, which hits. That is a lot of... this would be a difficult parry, but you have an AP if you'd like to try to parry.
Hell yeah.
All right, roll me a either simple or martial weapon, whichever one you use, and tell me how many levels you succeed. Unfortunately, it's a fast weapon, so you subtract 10 from your number. It is a difficult weapon to parry.
So I'm aiming to roll low, right?
Yes, you want to roll.
Yes.
What is your? I'm assuming you use simple melee, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's your simple melee number?
Because
You have 1 dot. and-
it's combat. I've got. I think I might have simple melee. Yeah, I've got that checked. And that's combat skill, so it's.
What's your combat bonus? What's your combat percentage?
It's 46 plus 3 is the bonus.
No, 46, and then you have a dot, so it becomes a 56.
Okay.
But because this is a fast weapon, your parry is a 46 again. It subtracts 10. So roll me. You're looking for under a 46. You're looking for a lot under a 46.
Yeah. Nope. Did
Okay.
not. I get rolled a 65.
All right. So this thing hits you. Oh, I did not roll any 6s. That is deeply disappointing.
Not for me.
What's your damage threshold?
Yeah, a lot. I just had it in my brain.
Yeah.
It is. Brawn is 48. Bonus is 3.
So
And then I have the bonus that we just got from Gisela, I believe.
Yep.
And then chainmail, which adds 4.
Okay. So you're sitting at 7. So yeah. Okay. So you are going to drop.
You're at like 11.
Yeah, he's sitting at 11. So your second threshold is a 17, which, most unfortunately, I do beat. So you are dropping to moderately wounded on your track, and I need you to roll me a d6.
4.
You roll 4? All right, you're fine. This thing does slice into you with the sword as it comes at you. And it's going to attempt as it gets as if it deals damage, it forces a resist takedown. So I need you to roll athletics or coordination.
Athletics is brawn based, right?
Yep.
Guess which one I'm doing?
I'm thinking brawn, probably.
Yep. 52.
Under a
Fucking 78.
Yeah, this thing bounces off you as it like it collides with you and just bounces off as it tries to hit you. And notably, again, they don't heal from that holy water. There are 2 left up. Neither of them did one of them did damage, one of them failed. Neither of them did neither of them are healing. Gisela, it is your turn.
Are there any more coming, or is it just these 2?
There's another 5 behind them.
There's another 5 behind them.
You guys, by running, staggered them out, so you didn't fight all 12 at once.
Okay. So she's done unassailable wall work before. She understands what the glowy means.
Mm-hmm.
So there are 2 of them in combat with her, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, I can do 2 attacks now because I'm sweet. So let's start with that and take these 2 assholes out.
All right.
First one hits with a 58 under a 70.
Roll me damage, please. Oh, wait. Yeah, you can roll me damage. Spend absolutely nothing on this.
Okay.
Because you can see how close they are to death.
Well, it exploded with a 6.
Okay.
And then a 1, so that's 7 plus my combat bonus, which is a 6, so 13.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you cave this thing's head in with one swing of your hammer.
Sweet. And then she's gonna, like, we're talking one entire motion. So she goes from an upswing with this one through to that one. We're, like, making a figure 8 between the 2. We're just making one single motion and getting the other one, too.
All right.
Damn, I keep getting these barely on these combats. 57 under 70.
57 under 70 is enough. Roll damage.
All right, so that did not explode. So that's only a 9.
Only a 9 still kills it.
Delightful.
I'm going to say now, because I'm not forgetting about what Aldar did with the kicking the corpse through. The holy water explosion kind of messed with their heads a little bit. There is a little break here as you guys are in the shallow forest at this point. You just got past the tree line. You turned and made a stand. Do you wish to remain here, or do you want to try to move off and see if you can open the gap between this next group and you all?
Gisela's gonna step forward into the gap. She is invincible for the next 11 minutes, and she's not gonna run for it. She's gonna kill as many of these things in 11 minutes as she can. And if everybody else runs and she holds them off, then she's gonna do that. But she's not going to run for the 11 minutes where nobody can touch her.
That is entirely fair. I mean, that's kind of what I expected. I just wanted to make sure you guys had the option. Did you guys want to? All right, so you guys have a quick moment here to plan how to receive the charge of the next 6 that are incoming. I misspoke. There are 6 of them incoming.
Nethra's gonna pull out one of her other holy hand grenades, hold it for herself, and then she's gonna actually lightly softball lob one to Aldar. Because, you know, you're in melee. Just crush it on their head.
I'll use it when they're getting close. But in this moment, Aldar's going to be a little cheeky. We're going to pour some oil on the mortuary sword, and we're going to light it.
Ooh.
Isola's also gonna be a little cheeky. She's gonna reach down to the corpses of the bleeding people on the ground, and seeing how the guys have been interested in blood, she's going to smear it on her cheeks and on her arm, and she's gonna step in forward so that anybody trying to get to Aldar and Remshaw have to go past her. And she doesn't have her own blood, but she's definitely got her blood on her, and she's trying to make herself the biggest goddamn target.
You're trying to up your aggro. I got it.
Yeah.
Like,
no, she's trying to make herself the biggest target humanly possible.
Look, your ranged fighter appreciates the tank taking all the aggro. Thanks, we appreciate it.
Yep.
That's
Got
what
to
I'm here
aggro,
for.
and you got to have your heels in line. Like, like.
I was just saying, I'm doing this because in 12 minutes, I'm running because I'm about to die.
Who all has dark vision at this point, as it's getting pretty late? Prax, Nephra, you can see well back. Didn't pursue at all. The horseman is sitting in the saddle, very relaxed, just kind of watching interestedly as the next group is closing in on the tree line, and takes a horn from its belt and turns and blows on the horn in one loud call.
Out of random curiosity, just for point of order, exactly how far away is he?
He's like a solid 300-400 yards off at this
Okay, well,
point.
I can't shoot him that far.
He didn't close at all. If you want, you may roll me a scrutinize test.
Okay, that I can do.
Yeah.
That's a 22 under a 50.
22 is a crit success. The behavior here suggests, number one, there's an entertainment value in this for the rider. The rider is enjoying watching whatever is happening here.
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be something of a test happening here, though there's a not giving a shit about these creatures that is a little perturbing about this. And then decidedly, with the creature still circling overhead and the horns, this is a hunt. You're being hunted.
The motherfucker's laughing at us and he's getting off on it. Honestly, I think he's sitting there rubbing one off in the damn saddle. Too bad he's out of range, though. Could I shoot that off? Like, Nethra says this as she lobs the hand grenade at Aldar.
No, but I know horn calls. I pull mine.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to do a warfare check.
Ooh. Go ahead and roll me warfare. Are you trying to identify what he's doing or imitate his call or what?
No, it's a horn. Horns are fairly general in sound and
Mhm.
tone. I'm going to sound a retreat.
Okay. So you want to send a false signal.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to need you to take this warfare test at a -10 since you don't know the particulars of this one. You're kind of guessing based off your general military knowledge.
Fair enough. That's a 2 under a 59.
All right. You see, Nephra sees him like he sits up looking over there, begins blowing his horn again as there's this like, no, you motherfucker, you can't do that.
Oh my god, is there a horn off? Are we having
Yeah.
a horn off?
I'll bard at this fucker.
So there's a brief...
Nethra's now keeping up a running commentary about this whole thing.
Great, we're having a horn contest just right here in the middle of battle. Awesome.
Who's full of more hot air?
Yeah, exactly. You don't fuck with a dwarf on that front. This actually is you have to remind me of this as we move forward into the next phase of this, because there will be a moderate amount of confusion that's happening now that is going to require them clearing some stuff up. So I like that. However, the creatures are upon you as the next wave is reaching. Nephra?
Nethra gonna lob
We're going back to top of initiative.
Nethra gonna lob another holy hand grenade at them.
Easily, you got to murder both of them at the end of combat in the last one.
I'm just softening them up for you so you can murder them faster.
All right, so there are 6 of them this time. You're not going to be able to get all 6 in a spread. We will do a last time you critted, if I recall correctly. Let's see. If you hit, you get at least 2, and then we'll add on for success levels.
Cool.
To a max of 4 again.
I'm going to aim. So that's a 19 under in 71.
Roll me that 3d10 damage. You're gonna get 4 of them in this blast.
It's a 10 and a 7, so 17. And then a 6 is a 23.
Literally
The exact same
just enough. As this goes off, this time the mist explosion, 2 of them veer to the side as they are just outside of it as they begin to close. 4 of them, only 3 emerge, as one of them appears to be reduced to almost nothing but a skeleton, as basically the holy water hand grenade hit it square in the forehead as it burst. The other 3, as they emerge, are significantly slower, as you see pieces of them are like literally sloughing off as they try to move forward, as the flesh is just melting off of them. And one of them makes it about 5 yards further than the other 2, but all 3 of them collapse down dead from that, as you now only have 2 left to deal with. And with that, those 2 are going to close. And, they are still frenzied hungry. They don't have a great willpower, and I'm going to flip to fail on this to see if they go for literally anyone. One of them's going for you. I'm going to see if the other one moves around you, but he's flipping to fail.
I am out front covered in blood.
Yeah. No, he's both of them are down to clown with Gisela.
I mean, he doesn't know that it's not my blood.
He doesn't care. Both of them are coming for Gisela real hard as they just collide with you. both of them are forgoing. They like literally throw their swords away and they go for claws on you.
Please don't lick the plate mail, it rusts.
One rolls a 98, the other one rolls a 21.
Yeah.
This one's gonna roll damage that won't matter. But let's find out how much damage you didn't take. 15 damage.
Well, 15 damage would be enough for me to not go down 1 damage tracker. So 1.
1, yeah. As it
It
tries
beat my first threshold, so
it tries to like claw through, and it tries to bite into your as it tries to peel the armor apart to like bite down into just above your collarbone. There's a flash of light as it opens it, and it like shies away as the glow continues from you. You take no damage.
I take no damage.
And it is now your turn as 2 of them are attacking you.
Sweet. Well, I got 2 attacks. So, first one is going to hit with a 37 under 70. It explodes with a 6. It explodes with a 6. That's 4. So that is 16 plus my CR bonus, which is another 6. So that's 22? 32? How many is that? Yeah.
I don't think you have 32.
So 22.
3 times 3. You rolled 3 6s and a 4, so 3 times 6
that's
is 18.
22.
Plus
20.
4 is 22. Plus another 6 is a 30, or 28. Excuse me.
28.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, that one goes from being just alive to dead. It is gone. Gisela, you have 3 more AP.
I'm gonna hit the other one.
All right.
That's a 42 under a 70.
This apparently, I feel bad for Remshaw here, as like this has just been like, if you roll last in initiative, everything dies before it gets to you.
I am not complaining.
Another 6.
All right.
This is
Another
a team,
6.
this is a team sport.
Yeah.
So even
That's
the
another
kicker
4.
gets a championship ring.
Yeah.
So I rolled 2 6s and a 4, which is 16 plus 6. So is that the same as last time?
No, that's
Yeah,
22.
no.
That's
Oh,
22.
22.
Okay,
Oh,
22.
22.
Yeah, because you rolled 3 6s last time. This time you only rolled 2
Yeah.
6s. So
Okay.
I'm gonna say 22 is precisely its instant death threshold. It does not instantly die unless you spend a fortune point to explode that last dice.
Yes, I'm going to spend a fortune point to explode that last dice.
As you just
Because thematically, fuck this.
the glowing bastion that is Gisela just striking these creatures aside. As the last of them retches and dies, you see go for it.
I was gonna say with the rest of my turn, because that was only 2 AP and I technically have like 2 more AP still.
Mhm.
She's got she's starting to tunnel vision at this point, and like the light is increasing. She's gonna flip her hammer in a way you really shouldn't be able to do with a hammer this big. And like she's just slowly walking back the way she came towards this jackass who's laughing at us on a horse. She almost can't see everybody else right now.
Okay. He is like upwards of 300 yards away, so it would take quite a long time to get there. But
More
you
than
were just
11 minutes?
Huh?
More than 11 minutes?
It would take about, assuming he didn't start riding away.
Assuming he didn't run away in fear like
Well,
a coward. Give me a
I'm
second.
not. Laura is not expecting her to get there. Gisela is
Yeah,
tunnel
you're starting
visioning
to
on
ride
this
as
guy.
he sits there watching this glowing figure emerge as you've been having this horn off. You do hear in the distance, actually, roll me an awareness test, because y'all are definitely, everyone's going to hear one horn. I want everyone to roll me an awareness test real quick.
Okay.
Tom, I want a penalty on this. What's a good penalty?
-10 just for your tunnel vision.
Yeah. I was failing either way, but now I'm failing more. So, okay.
94 over 25.
Poor Remshaw.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared, and I'm hurt. And where's my mom?
22 under 49.
You hear in the distance a horn call off on the other side of the burning village, which is still on the horizon that you can still see, providing a very nice beacon, if you will, in now the deepening night. Those who succeeded their awareness test hear an even more distant horn call off in the other direction further down the road. And did anyone roll under three success levels lower?
No, but I did get a 22 under 49. Or no, you did. You did.
Okay, you did, and you got and Aldar, you got a crit.
Yeah.
Okay. You also hear a cry eerily similar to the beast that slew the captain, which is still circling overhead, still marking your position as it flies overhead. And that, with the sounds of horns from behind and from in front of the road, is where I think we should probably take a break. We're already a solid hour plus in. Y'all survived very well. I mean, like, Gisela had to spend a fate point because that was scary, but y'all survived pretty well. The vampire spawn coming after you all.
Yes, indeed. We survive, and now we're totally not concerned about hearing 3 groups of horns. It's fine. But we're going to take a short break to stand up, refresh, stretch, do all of those good things, and we'll be back. And we will totally murderize everybody else who comes after us, because that's what we do.
For the next 11 minutes.
Yes, for the next 11 minutes. See you in a little bit, everybody. Hello, everyone! We are back. We are refreshed. We are stretched. We are all the good things. And, we are... watching Gisela march towards this guy and things, and I'm turning it over to Tom. It's great.
Isola,
Mm-hmm.
do you continue to move forward towards this individual?
Until he runs or until one of my friends stops me.
Okay.
Or until I stop glowing.
Roll me a, as you're moving forward, you're getting a fairly decent look at this individual. He is still like 2+ football fields off. So you're not going to see much more than iconography and armor, but please roll me a awareness check or scrutinize, whichever one's better for you.
Ooh, I am trained in scrutinize, so I shall scrutinize him. That's a 55 under a 56. So that's critical success.
Ooh, very nice. All right, hold on. Let me find my
And 100% thanks to that dot.
sorry, I apparently didn't have these notes pulled up. All right. All right. So you again, as you walk forward, you recognize the reddish armor that this rider is wearing. The destier that this individual is riding is also barded with a reddish tinged armor. Notably, there's a dressing of gold, as there's like a golden trim to a lot of this armor. There is the emblem of a red dragon rampant on a field on the shield that this individual has slung on the side of their horse, not carried as like ready for combat, just kind of like stowed. These are all the heraldry again of the Duke Volskin, the Elector Count of the southeast of the Empire. At this distance, that's about with a crit success at this distance, what you will see is there is something dreadfully wrong with the horse that this individual is riding. The horse doesn't appear to have all of its flesh, as you see spots of bone showing through on the parts of the horse that you can see. This does not appear to be ornate enough or tall enough to be the figure that you saw leading the group when they arrived at the Abbey, but this distinctly appears to be one of the knightly riders that rode with him. The lance that he carried is notably not with him. This individual has eschewed the lance and is not carrying it. The shield is stowed. And again, an untroubled air to theirs as they kind of like see you coming, and they just very like calmly check their horse and bring it around, and at like a very like I don't know the horse like speed terminology for it. Trot is too fast.
Walk.
Walk. Yeah, at just a very calm walk, just like leads the horse back in the other direction as you continue to walk forward.
Knowing Gisela and also this asshole, I'm going to make another horn call. It translates to "duel me, you fucker."
There's a pause. The head turns around, turns the horse as it like turns back towards you. It like flaps the rein, rears the horse, and just flips double birds back at you.
And I'm going, Blair, coward.
I was gonna say, yeah, whatever the horn call for "come at me, bro" is.
Yeah.
All right.
continues to then walk off. Actually, I would say it takes a like a parallel track now, as it's not walking away from you, it's not walking towards you, it's going further in the direction that you were headed along the road in a like mocking, I'll see you later.
Okay. And while I have the phone on,
The whole horn text conversation.
this is how it was done.
You can.
Yep. I'm here for it.
Because dwarves love their horn falls.
Apparently.
Because, within the lore, like you the humans have trumpeters. Dwarves have horns.
Yeah.
Look, we have a cousin. He did this whole thing at this, castle. It was besieged. Massive horns.
Yeah.
Pissed everybody off. It was great.
The horn call blares, and this is more for those distant horns. He refused a duel. He has no honor.
One second. Let me pull up his stat block, and I'm going to roll a willpower test on his behalf. All right, willpower. This is going to be a resolve test on his part. He succeeds. He just continues to.
Really wasn't for him.
Yeah.
It's for the people he's with.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I think at this point, Nethra's going to come up next to Aldar and go like, should I go get Gisela?
Yeah.
All right. We're burning everything from now on. Just point of order.
Can't burn the forest.
Not the forest.
Well, she's going to run.
Cover.
She's going to keep the gun out and, have it cocked, like tracking Skyline. And she's going to run up to Gisela and go, hey, Gisela! Gisela!
What?
Strategic retreat.
We were retreated, and then he laughed at me.
Yeah, and then he buggered off.
If I go after him, he won't be buggered off anymore.
You'll get eaten by the giant thing in the sky, and you're bleeding profusely.
Oh. Am I bleeding? She's gonna look down at herself.
Yeah, some of that's their blood, but the rest of it is crunched.
Yeah. I do feel like something slipped under a plate in the back in the town.
Also,
Maybe.
you're thinging.
Huh?
You're glowing.
Oh God, I'm glad you were saying that because I thought you were gesturing at my boobs and that weirded me out for a minute and I wasn't really sure why you were interested in my boobs, but if I'm glowing, then we're fine. Okay.
I'm not interested in your boobs, dear.
That's really good because I was very confused.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I'm bleeding.
Yep. And she's just, like, Nethra's just gonna take you by the arms and, like, turn you 180 degrees that way, into the dark, into the woods.
No! We can't go into the woods!
Wait,
No! We
Things
can't
from
go
Sky.
into the woods.
Into the woods. I promise
He's
not to burn
already
them.
faster than us on the road.
I promise not to burn them.
You've already promised not to burn the woods. Promising not to burn the woods again doesn't actually help. You've already promised not to burn the woods. But we can't go deeper into the woods. We won't ever get where we're going.
We will. Trust me.
We can see in the dark. Don't worry. And she kind of, like, pats.
I can't see in the dark!
Remsa, hold her hand. and then just kind of like goes off to kind of.
Remshaw's gonna step up to Gisela and just gonna look at you and say, "You come with me."
Yes, but don't let them go deeper into the woods. And she's gonna grab out of her bag a small bottle. She has a few of them, but not a lot. And she is going to down a vial of laudanum,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
which is going to instantly bring me back up 1 point on the damage track, but is also going to be I believe this is our very first corruption point of the game.
Yep.
So congratulations, my very first corruption point.
Yay. Now, if you're moving off, if you stay actually at this depth in the woods right now, so the options that you all have are to stay at this edge of the woods just beyond the tree line. Currently you have the creature in the sky and the individual on horseback, both who have line of sight on you and are tracking you. The individual on horseback did not ride away. He is riding parallel to you, like 300, 400 yards off on the road. And he's staying far enough back. You're not entirely sure if he can see you or if he's just following the creature in the sky at this point, but he's definitely staying decently close to you. You can continue at this depth in the forest. You can move out onto the road and try to beat him in the open, or you can go deeper in and try to lose your pursuit. Currently, neither the creature in the sky nor the rider seems to want to close with you at all. But you have a couple hours of travel in the night ahead of you. What would you all like to do?
Once we're under the tree cover, Nethra's gonna turn to everyone and go, "So the motherfucker's hurting us."
Conveniently, he's hurting us where we want to go.
I don't think that's a good thing.
But that's where we want to go.
We need to warn them, so we have to go there. It's gone beyond me. It's have to. However, that being said, doesn't necessarily mean we need to be herded into whatever's waiting for us.
No, but we need to go quick. It doesn't help them if the bad guys are already there. It doesn't help them if we get there late.
Okay. So here's my thinking.
Okay.
We split a lot of differences. When it's night, which seems to be dusk is when these things are the most active. Points up at sky. During the dusk, we move inward. We find a good place to camp, we camp. We heal, we tend to what we need to. Then, as soon as day breaks, we move to the road and rush it.
I think that makes sense. I know I can help keep them from tracking us. Not if they see us, but if it's tracking us. And I don't know what the hell we did back last night to make it rain, but maybe Sigmar will make it rain again.
So we cut an angle into the woods, keep going for a little bit, break their line of sight,
Find a
hide,
place to camp, hide, yep.
and then just before daybreak we cut back in. So we're cutting and moving and cutting and running. I'm okay with this plan.
We need to go as quick as we can while still being safe. It doesn't help if we die, but it doesn't help if we take 3 weeks walking through the woods and they're already there.
Well, I'm going to keep antagonizing them, so hopefully we can start getting the horses as we insult their honor and kill them.
I don't know that you want that horse, Aldar.
No, but we want.
I
the
want a
guy off the
horse.
You don't want that one. I think it might eat you.
But I'd like him not to be on it anymore.
That I would like as well. He's just a little too far away.
Again, the nice, no insult to you, Gisela, but the nice thing about humans is, especially those that have titles, is if you insult them enough, one of them will eventually send a champion to duel you. And that's how you get free gear as a dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make a religion check to determine if what we've just seen would still be considered a human? You're muted.
Thank you. In what terms? In whose terms?
Well, Aldar just said the nice thing about humans is if you insult them, they'll fight you. I don't think that was a human anymore. I don't think the things that antagonize humans will antagonize that.
I feel like this would be given what we're looking at here, I would say a scrutinize to like kind of like put together pieces and kind of like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scrutinize. Where's my scrutinize at? No, that's a 60 over 56, so not quite.
Yeah. None of what's happening makes any goddamn sense at this point.
Okay. I don't think we can still call them people. I mean, did you see the horse? Can we still call that a horse?
I didn't see the horse, so I don't know.
Oh.
It's an undead abomination.
Now, we can't really still call that a horse, right? Like, that's a skeleton.
What?
With horse parts on it.
You gotta leave some of the undead behind. You need some living stuff, you know.
Nope. This was an undead abomination. Why I said you didn't want that horse. Also, I'm pretty sure that guy might have also been undead.
Couldn't we get at least one living fucker to kill?
I mean, we did kill the fucker who was the holy fucker. He was living, technically.
He was
but
not
that's
holy.
chaos.
We are not allowed. You are not allowed to use that word.
Looked like a priest, acted like a priest, sounded like a priest, and calling it a priest.
He did not call himself a priest. Nor did he look like a priest or act like a priest. In fact, I am very, very well versed with what priests look like, sound like, and act like, and was pretty sure I was the first one to be like, that dude, not a priest.
No, I said he looked like a holy dude. I said, he didn't say he was a priest. I said he looked like a holy priest. He looked like a priest. He walked like a priest. He dressed like a priest, and he talked like a priest. Priest. Evil priest is still a priest.
Priests don't talk about the cycle like that.
Belief systems aside, we need to find a place to go.
All right.
And
cry of the creature overhead as it continues to circle echoes out over the plains as you're having this argument.
Like, we're walking and talking. It's a full Aaron Sorkin moment.
But once we get to camp, I think it's time, Gisela, that you start teaching me how to do the healing things. Because you can only patch yourself up so much.
Well, as you're moving off, before we get to healing anybody, we are going to need somebody to pick a path through it, and this is going to be so. We're going to require
survival?
The first thing is to break line of sight, so a stealth roll. I'm going to need a stealth roll from somebody.
I think I've got the best one of the 52.
Well,
yeah, I'm not stealthy.
I have good news. Since you guys opted to go deeper into the woods, this stealth roll gets a +10.
Still, it's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Can I help with trackless step, or is trackless step something that happens after?
Trackless step would happen after. Once you
Okay.
break line of sight, you can cast trackless step.
That's a
What?
17 under a 62.
Eldar,
Yeah.
you lead the group. You find a quick, like, little descent ravine into a valley of oaks. And as you move down into this valley, the tree cover becomes a canopy. There is no overhead sight, and you drop below the line of sight of the road. You have completely broken line of sight with both the rider and the aerial pursuer, which allows Gisela to then...
Cast trackless step, please.
All right, go ahead and pray for that.
So it's an 11, so that's critical success.
All right, what does that do?
That triples the duration, which means that we are not able to be tracked
For
33 hours,
all right, wonderful.
right?
You all
Yeah,
disappear.
33 hours we cannot be tracked.
All right,
So,
now, Nephra, since you were the one who traditionally makes the navigation roll, you are going to have to try to pick out a direction that is generally towards where you want to go. However, in the deep woods, you are taking a -20 to your navigation, as you have no landmarks to guide by other than what you can determine. Like, you're guessing to a certain degree.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that's fair. That's still a 33 under a 42.
You're pretty certain you're going in the right direction as you lead them on. And then finally, finding a place to camp, as it is getting quite late, will be a survival check. But since you are deep in the woods, finding a hidden, safe place to camp receives a +10 to survival. Gisela, you're the last one left, though. You did roll that spell, so I will actually, you've all contributed currently to the travel. So whoever would like to take this last roll to find a safe camping site can, with a +10 to survival.
I'll aid.
Okay, so
All
we're
right.
getting 8.
I'll do it then.
All right. So Eldar roll a D10, and Prax roll a survival +10.
That is a 3.
Ooh.
Ooh, I'm gonna take that because I rolled a 78 under a 50, so that would be a 38 under a
38.
50.
It's getting very late. You all are getting very tired, though Gisela has assured you all that there is no way that they can track you. As you start coming to the end of this ravine and it starts moving upwards, there is a crack down the side of it, forming a narrow cave that you could all slide into. And as you slide through, there is an open area in the back of this cave that was largely the denizen of a few foxes who immediately flee when you arrive, and you have a very safe place to camp.
In the last hour or so before we got here, would I have been able to ask Nethra to keep their eyes open for small critters of some variety that are alive that could be dead?
We want hunting food, or you want to do something weird with it?
Gisela is hoping to replicate what she did last night in order to maybe get us a little air cover. She's not even totally sure what she did last night.
Oh, with the rainstorm?
But she know it involved an animal sacrifice.
Yeah, the tall.
Theoretically it was the tall, but I did it a little bit differently, and I don't think Tall was the one who answered. but we're gonna go ahead and have the same components. Because I don't really know what I'm doing, but we're gonna try it again. We're gonna try it again.
Okay. I would say it would be easy enough for. I mean, like, you guys find some foxes as you're coming in here. You could easily shoot one of them.
Yeah, I have a repeating crossbow for a reason.
Yeah.
If we could get, 2 or 3
Mm-hmm.
to try to replicate the number, and she's really trying to replicate as much as she can with it.
Okay.
Because she doesn't know what happened. What she expected didn't happen. So we're gonna try this.
So, you all have this cave. You've settled in. You've shot some foxes. You have food. Before you all are getting ready to rest, all 3 of you are sitting here. And what do you do with this evening?
Can I heal people?
You need to doff your armor, lass. Let me help you.
Does anybody but me need to be healed?
You healed me back in town.
I'm fine.
Okay, so mostly just me.
Yeah, you're bleeding, and we also probably want to wipe off any of their blood, because that might be really not a good thing for you to be having on you.
I use the holy water.
No, not the holy water. We have rags.
Sure. And Nethra's gonna like turn around and take a rag and one of the extra bottle things of holy water that she's got, not Gisla's, one of hers, and add a little bit of the holy water and a little bit of alcohol that she's got from her flask, and start wiping off all of the evil, creepy, undead blood with holy water and alcohol. Because
given Gisela the old holy water shine.
Yeah,
Well,
Good for the skin.
Gisela was gonna take the breastplate of her plate mail off, because we had previously said that the wound was in her side.
Yeah.
So we need to be able to access that.
The act of taking that off unexpectedly hurts, as it's that whole you've been moving, you've been active, and now you go to take this off, and the shooting pain from your side almost startles you as the severity of your wounds kind of comes home.
That's not fair. I took drugs.
Yeah, the drugs have dampened it, and you've been running the last 24 hours on drugs, adrenaline, and Sigmar. And all of it except the drugs are starting to wear off.
Okay.
Well, I have a tincture we can probably apply.
I don't
I
need
got
a
2 of them.
tincture. It's not infected. It's fine.
I don't want to get infected.
I don't want to get infected either, but I don't want you to waste your tincture.
I got more alcohol.
I think alcohol will kill it.
All right.
Can I see it? How does it look? How bad does it look? Does it look like it's risking getting infected? I was originally wounded fighting Nurgle. Gisla's not going to be super,
You resisted
super
the
stupid.
you succeeded on the resist. Everyone succeeded on the infection resists.
Okay.
The wound looks surprisingly clean. There is some redness around it, but that is inflammation and damage associated with taking a wound. Gisela, you're currently at moderately wounded.
Yeah, once I took the laudanum, I'm back up to
The wound's still pretty large, though Gisela feels good. If someone would like to roll a heal check, or if Gisela's the only one trained in healing, I will allow someone else to roll a heal check and Gisela to assist on yourself.
I am definitely trained in healing.
I'm not.
I'm not. I got a 42 2.
Could I suggest that we switch that around and Gisela rolls the heal check and someone else assists? Because I got 2 dots in heal.
I think that's fair.
With a focus in heal.
Yeah, no, with the focus, I think absolutely. I think
Well,
with you put a focus into it, I think that in that situation you can like do I'm gonna perform surgery on myself. Like
I'm
hold
just
the
gonna
mirror,
direct
damn it.
someone
Like,
else
sort
to
of thing.
perform surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go master and commander on this. Let's do it.
I've got 49, and I'm thinking I probably need to spend the next 400 XP on getting healed.
Yeah. So, Gisela, you may roll you're gonna roll a heal with a -10 since it's on yourself, but Aldar can roll to assist.
That was a 1.
Okay, Aldar rolls.
Well, that's really good because I rolled a 69, so that's a 19 now. We're fine.
All right.
We're
So,
fine.
not as nice, but better. So yeah, you are going to manage to very well dress your wound. You're going to move to lightly wounded when you wake up in the morning, and then so long as you get a good night's sleep the next night, you will move back up lightly wounded without medical treatment.
Okay.
So you're in one more good night after tonight. You're 1 night sleep away from being back at the top of your track, which is awesome. So you've dressed Gisela's wound. You all eating dry rations? You making a fire and cooking something in this cave? Gonna smoke yourselves out a little bit, or how are you handling the rest of the night?
Only dry rations. Especially if we're trying to summon rain.
We are definitely, Gisela is going to go outside and attempt to invoke Sigmar's aid once she's healed up.
Okay. I'm going to say Remshaw goes with you, and we are going to do in the cave and then out of the cave.
Gisela's probably not planning on spending the whole night awake again because she's going to need to rest for her wound, but yeah.
Remshaw moves off to keep an eye on Gisela. Nefra and Eldar, you two are alone in the cave for a bit here. What do you do?
Nefra pulls out the flask and kind of offers it to Aldar.
Yeah, it's going to be passing drink back and forth and eating jerky.
Okay. So the asshole on the horse has got at least 3 others that are hurting. This is gonna get fucked, ain't it?
That's why we need to get the open road. As much as I'd rather take things slow, Gisela's right. We don't have a lot of time. So we need to get on the open road, haul ass as best we can, and then soon as the sun is starting to set, we need to get our butts back under cover because that thing comes at dusk.
All right. This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah. No. Considering that the sun seems to be a slight enemy of theirs. Almost makes me religious.
Are you sure we just can't light it all on fire?
We can't burn the countryside and the thing that's giving us cover from something that got the captain in one bite.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I totally am gonna shoot it again, and this time I'm gonna burn it with that holy water, because...
Now, if we can actually get a better place to have a fire, I have an idea. If we can take one of your shot rounds
Mm-hmm.
and put a few holes.
Oh, you want a whistler or a bouncing?
essentially a whistler that we're going to hopefully convince Gisela to bless some oil. So you got some holy shot.
Ooh, that'd be good. You know. Ooh. Hey, do you mind if I borrow that sharp pointy thing that you like to wave around for a minute?
Sure.
Grand. And she's gonna take the mortuary sword and start looking at it real close to see if she can take one of her files to go add a couple notches in it that you could anoint along the notches. Make your mortuary sword a lot more violent.
What are you hoping to gain from this? Just
Well, she's gonna take the mortuary sword and try and add a couple extra fullers, deep in the fullers that are there that you could, so that Aldar could literally just light it and have it stay lit.
Okay, so you want to try to add the flaming quality to this weapon.
Yes.
Roll me a tradecraft roll.
Because
You're an engineer, right?
Yeah, I'm an engineer.
Is tradecraft your thing?
Yeah, tradecraft and
okay.
And I can flip to succeed.
Oh yeah.
And
this is exactly the skill I'm thinking of here as you're trying to trying to MacGyver this like a flaming weapon out of this.
Yeah, and it's I succeeded, so it's an automatically critical success.
Yeah. You managed to create some indents in the floor that will carry oil in a way that you can light this weapon on fire. It'll only burn for like a minute or two of swinging, but that's enough for what you're thinking of.
Because like watching him light it on fire the first last time, is as long as it was upright it was fine, but the minute he started swinging with it was not gonna work. I want to add some deep in the fuller, just enough so that it'll maintain for at least a little while.
There is a tag in the armory that I'll look up that is specifically related to fire, and if you do this, the mortuary sword will gain that tag word.
Here, now you get to have a flaming weapon.
Fiery. The tag word is fiery. If you light it, you may add fiery to this. You may set foes on fire with your sword. So, as Nephra begins to engineer a flaming weapon outside the cave, Remshaw is looking on with a little bit of confusion at what Gisela is doing. What is Gisela doing with those fox corpses?
So, Gisela's, to the best of her understanding, replicating what she did last time, which is she sets up the circle, which was a circle to tall, but she made changes.
Mm-hmm.
It was a circle to tall, but she made Sigmarite changes in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you cut the small animal corpses and let them drop where they are as a reading or augury sort of thing. She's going to look up at the sky and she's going to grab, again, it's a small comet medallion that she wears, and it's not what she uses for like 80% of her prayers.
Mm-hmm.
But it's tucked under her armor, and she's going to pull it out, and she's going to be like, "You seem to not want me to die. I'm not really sure why that is, but there's something big in the air, and we need to get to the city fast. If it could stay not in the air for a day or so, big rainstorm seemed to keep it out of the air, we'd get a lot farther. Maybe I could keep, I don't know, not dying for a while."
roll me an incantation.
Okay. So 63 under 75.
You arrange this as best as memory will allow. You've participated loosely in some tallish rituals back in your days at I'm for the Abbey.
The Abbey, yeah.
As the entire Imperial Pantheon was worshipped there, as is proper, and offerings to Tal were made. You say this prayer. You don't feel any rush as you do in the battle prayers. The wind moving through the forest kind of ebbs slightly, and Remshaw leans in and just, did it work?
I don't think we'll know if it works until it works.
Well, if it doesn't work until it's worked, how do you know it worked?
Because it works.
You were glowing earlier today, so
And that definitely worked.
I'll take your word.
This it's a little bit more nebulous. I don't know why it worked before. I wanted Tal to keep us safe. We were in Tal's woods. But with the lightning, I don't think it was Tal. I don't think Tal kept us safe. And I don't know how to ask for Tal to keep us safe, but actually want Sigmar to keep us safe. How do you call someone and actually mean to reach someone else?
I have no idea what's happening.
And that's
Better
why
walking.
That's why we'll know it works if it works.
Gisela, the only thing I know is that you should have died today. And instead of dying, you glowed?
My armor glowed.
No, it was definitely from under the armor. You have drawn the eye of something.
Something we're going to continue to believe is Sigmar. And he doesn't want me to die. And hopefully that means that whatever's in the sky won't be there tomorrow.
You believe that Sigmar watches over this empire?
With all of my being.
And the captain
Believed that Sigmar watches over the empire.
He'll be taken care of in the next life.
Okay, so I want to say yes, but this is where Laura, the player, does not remember what the actual afterlife is supposed to be for Sigmarites.
It's pretty nebulous, but like if you're a good follower of Sigmar, you are rewarded in the afterlife.
Okay.
But this is definitely the freaked out new soldier who just watched their captain get brutally killed in front of them.
Sweet. No, I just wanted to make sure I
Yeah.
wasn't like totally going off key with this. So I think He is with the souls that Sigmar has protecting the world.
He treated me better than I expected. He didn't deserve to die like that.
It's an unfortunate fact you'll realize that many who die don't deserve to die like that. In fact, the portion of people I've seen die who deserved to die like that is very small. It's smaller than you would think for someone who has fought in a war. Most people don't deserve to die the way they do.
Then why do you keep fighting?
Because they keep making choices that make me fight. I'm not sure. Maybe you would understand. I doubt Eldar or Nethra would, but you're new to this. Maybe you would. The thing I want most is for them to realize that they don't need to keep fighting this. For the people fighting the Emperor to realize that they don't need to keep doing this, that Sigmar will watch over them, that they can be a part of an empire under Sigmar. And this isn't something that's necessary, and we don't need to keep going.
Remshaw pauses, considering long silences are definitely part of his repertoire. And in that, through the tree boughs and through the canopy, a single roll of thunder.
I think it's time we go inside now. We need to sleep.
I will take first watch. Awake, Nefra.
That seems good.
Tell her.
No, absolutely not, because then it'll be funny when you wake her up and she's not expecting it.
Be surprised. Isola, you may go back into the cave.
Yep. So Gisela comes back into the cave, still not wearing her breastplate. She sits down next to everybody. She sort of sits down specifically next to Aldar, but next to everybody, knowing everyone's together.
Nethra will offer the flask. Is like, so, want a drink?
I had some laudanum that still seems like it's floating around. Is this gonna help or hurt that?
That's going to make it so that you sleep.
And she's gonna hand it back. I'm already gonna sleep. I prefer to be able to wake up.
I mean, that's fair.
Are you okay? She's looking at Aldar when she says it specifically.
I knew the captain for a while. He was a good man.
He was, though you knew him longer than I did, but I wasn't asking you about the captain. What was it, 3 days ago? You told the village to watch out for grinners, smilers, something like that.
Chaos is a nasty thing.
It is, but I've seen enough people fight to know when it's more than a nasty thing, when something is hitting particularly close to home.
I am the last of my house. I am the last of my home.
You say that, and I think you say it, and it means more than if I would say it. So
It's the Ravenspire is no more. And it was because of those we traded with who turned out later on to have been infiltrated by a very kindly old man. Always had a grin.
like the one who met us at the gate.
Yeah.
But he's dead now.
That's the thing. When it comes to those that worship that particular master, they don't always stay there.
I hear you say that. And then I see a skeleton horse. And I'm not sure what not always stay dead really means anymore.
I don't know much about, necromancy, but this is new. But those that have fully given themselves to those powers, if they prove themselves useful enough, they keep coming back.
Maybe make him not useful.
Unfortunately, that particular chaos deity is very forgiving failure. So I don't know if there's any particular way to stake the fucker. But that's more of a philosophical discussion with those that practice magic. They'll tell that when they're particularly beloved, they get a name. If somehow you're able to get the name, you can do something. But that's magic, and I don't do that. I wield a sword, I fight on the line, and I march, which we're going to be doing a lot of in the next few days.
There's definitely going to be a lot of marching. That sort of leaves a lot of time for thinking. Look, I'm not going to pretend to know more than I do. I'll pretend to know a lot of things, but I don't pretend to know more than I know. And there really wasn't a lot on this where I was from. In the Abbey where I was from, we didn't have a lot of this nearby. That being said, I am sure that there are massive temples to Sigmar in the cities. And when we get there, we'll find what they know and we'll come back here and make sure that whoever the fuck he thought was going to help him thinks that he fucked up really bad and isn't worth the time.
Hope so. But more important thing is getting you all to the city safe. Informing the rest of the company. And hopefully getting Nethra a ballista to fire at that fucking butt.
I could make one. Do you think we could
Yeah.
mount it on... Hey, Rumsod, what would you feel about if I mounted a ballista on your
Not
backpack?
mount a ballista on Rumshaw.
I totally can. It's not that hard.
You can't. There's a whole gravity thing, and it would screw up his running.
You say that like I haven't done it before.
I know what gravity is.
I'm fairly certain that while your engineering skills are masterful, Rumsaw's probably best with less weight, considering the amount of running we're going to be doing.
I mean, that's fair.
It is. And I don't disagree that getting there is the first priority. We have to get there. There has to be a city left when we get there. But I can't assume that there won't be anything to do after we get there. Because if there's nothing to do after we get there, what's the point? We need to make plans for what we're going to do after we've finished this. Are we getting together with the rest of the company? Are we going to the temple? Are we going back to someone's home? We need to do something after this, because if this is the end goal, then that's not enough.
Gisela, you've never been in the army very long, have you?
I have, but I haven't. It's...
So here's the way it works. You make a plan for the only goal, you complete that goal, then you wait around for some fucker with a bunch of stripes on his shoulders to tell you what the actual goal is and what the next step in the plan is.
Okay, so take that, except what you do is go to wherever the next plan is and do that thing until you figure out what the next plan is. And you don't actually do it one plan at a time. It's whatever gets you to your next plan. Because Sigmar sends you to where you're supposed to be.
Right, okay. So, rewind that whole bit. You're thinking way too much. Officers tell you what to do, and you spend a whole lot of time in the army just hurry up and wait. Lots of hurry up and wait.
You realize this is the 4th company I've been in since I joined the army, right?
Well, we're glad you're with us right now. We promise not to let you burn alive.
I appreciate that, but like, when you say you haven't been with the army long, I think my experience with the army has been different than you. I served under the captain because I said I would serve under the captain. But wherever I go next is wherever I go next. Sigmar sends me where I need to be.
I think it's almost as valid as listening to whatever the fuckers on the hill are going to tell you what to do next, except when they start trying to tell me to point my cannon somewhere else. No, I tell them to pound sand. It's my cannon, I know where it's going. But...
So do you have a place you know you're supposed to go next?
We show up in
the captain's dead. When you show up, where do you go?
You show up and you report to the officer, and then you sit around and wait.
But what if we don't? What if we go where Sigmar tells us we need to go?
That would be desertion, and you get shot for that. Or hanged. That would be even worse. I don't want to get hanged.
I really don't think they would hang me.
Yes, because you're all shiny and shit. The rest of us are just poor fucking members of the army.
Like, you're not the first holy one that I've dealt with, though I will say you're a little bit more relaxed than an iron abbot.
Oh,
But
well, I mean, God, Iron Abbots, they're so uptight.
yeah, they have prescribed weapons. You can only use something on a stick.
They get
I
they get real annoyed when I show up. It's fine.
I mean, theoretically, I do too. They maybe sort of let me use this little dagger if something's up on me, but mostly it's a big hammer. I don't understand the complaint here.
You use the best weapon for the job.
Flexibility
Which is almost
what
always
makes
my
things
hammer.
work.
I have, in fact, never found a time when the best weapon for the job wasn't my hammer.
Nethra just kind of turns and looks at Aldar.
Dragons are when the hammer doesn't work.
I don't think the
They want
hammer...
something pointy.
Mm-mm.
You know what? After we're done, we'll find Dragon Aldar. Me and you, we'll go find a dragon and see if I can hit it with my hammer.
I'll take bets on this shit.
I
You gonna
like
come with
leaving.
me?
I
No, I'll sit far, far away and watch from a distance and make bets on it.
the dragons are the reason dwarves invented cannons.
They're real nice. You can take them out from the sky.
It sounds like a fun time. Will you come with me?
We
He
wait.
just grabs the flask. It's
It's like that moment of like Nethra's just sliding it, making the motion, not even looking, and Aldar kind of reaches, not looking as
Yeah.
well.
I'll make
Wait,
you
Aldar,
a deal,
Aldar.
Gisela.
Aldar,
What?
she's a JG.
I don't know what that means, but I want to hear Aldar's deal.
If I get to duel the fucker on the horse and kill him, we can go hunt dragons.
That's entirely unfair. What if I
find
get to
that
kill
fair.
the guy on the horse? Like, I have to let you kill the guy on the horse? What if Prax shoots the guy on the horse?
I promise not to shoot the guy on the horse. I'll shoot his horse though for you.
Don't make promises. We definitely want you to shoot the guy on the horse if you can shoot the guy on the horse. But, like, I feel like we should get to hunt dragons anyway. Regardless of who kills the guy on the horse.
Not without another cannon or 3.
I wouldn't mind having some. If we make it back and we get back in touch with the spears and they're still there, let me find some graybeards.
Ooh,
We'll have
fun times.
one last insane travel in them, and we'll go hunt a dragon.
Like to see what Sigmar does against the dragon.
But it also means that if we're going to find a bunch of graybeards with one last thing with them, we're going to find a red-headed son of a bitch on the way there that's going to try and fight the thing with axes and no armor.
That's a
Just avoid him.
Yeah, always avoid him. Just avoid.
The person fighting the dragon?
No, the red-headed son of a bitch with axes.
Okay.
If you find
Every red-headed person with axes?
No. If you see a dwarf with red hair, no armor, and a death wish, you stay out of the fucker's way and you don't associate with him.
We can't be his friend and help fight a dragon?
Nope.
No. He is going to want to fight whatever's in front of him. And if the thing somehow miraculously doesn't kill him, he then has to go and find a bigger thing to go and fuck up.
But-
And it keeps going until he dies. It's not fun to be around.
But we could help him do that.
No, he
That
needs to
sounds like
die.
someone we would want on our team to fight a dragon.
I am almost certain now that Gisela has a blood mark.
Yeah, I see
Says
it.
what? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
That's the point.
Yeah, don't worry, Gisela. No, she's a JG. She's full on JG. I'm too sober for this.
And does that mean we are or are not fighting a dragon?
You get approval from the army for us to go fight a dragon. We will consider it.
Gisela starts making notes about who is more important than the army, who can give the army permission to get Nethra and Aldar assigned to go fight a dragon with her.
I think that's the point where Nethra just kind of takes the flask back, has another swig, and then just it's like, and on that note, I'm going to bed because I figure somebody's gonna wake me up for second watch.
No, of course not.
I'll take third.
All right.
You're sleeping in, Gisela.
My side feels like mostly
You're sleeping
75%
in.
better.
He outranks you.
I don't technically have a rank.
Then he officially outranks you.
Okay.
Some rest, please.
Well, with both the trackless spell and the very successful survival roll, I'm not going to make you guys roll to avoid pursuit for tonight. The night is going to pass peacefully, and I think we will pick back up next time with you all beginning on your journey through the forest as you have moved into the deep Drakwold and are now trying to make your way towards Debatenheim, while being hunted by a whole slew of undead. But yeah, that's where we're going to call our session.
Yay! Fun times! Gisela's
Nobody
full on
died.
full on JG.
I don't know what that means.
So the lowest rank that you can achieve in the naval services when you graduate from a military academy is Lieutenant JG, Lieutenant Junior Grade. You all shiny and shit and come out from college thinking you know shit.
That is unfair. I have actually been in the war for quite a while. Just not under people. That's not how Godsworn work.
Yeah, I'm just...
But, like, I have actually been in the army for a while.
Yeah, no, but there's, it's the point is you come out all shiny and knowing all of the military, knowing all of the fighting and how to fight, but you don't know the actual way in which the army bureaucracy functions or the military bureaucracy functions. That's why they give you non-coms. That's what Aldar is. You're non-com.
Oh.
To help take the shiny off you and make you not die.
Sounds like I should really just go around that into the other bureaucracy thing that I understand better.
I mean, yes, the chaplain service is an entirely separate service. So, hi everyone! This has been fun. I am your friendly neighborhood Prax. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for being here as we had some wonderful good times. We're gonna go around, share some love, where you can find all the good stuff, and then I'll do my spiel at the end. So why don't we start with Tom? Thank you, Tom. This was a lot of fun. I got to murderize a bunch of undead, so that was a good day.
Yeah. Oh god, I need to check my calendar. I didn't actually have this ready. I believe we are mostly off stream. Yeah, we're not till the 27th. So next weekend, not this coming weekend, but next weekend, Laura and I will be appearing on Master of the Game's YouTube channel playing D&D. Other than that, we really don't have any other stream games going on, except for, of course, being back here next weekend for another episode of The Long Retreat, where you all are going to be traveling through the woods, and nobody died today, so I'm excited about that. I came close. I forgot Gisela was that hurt, and I rolled pretty well on damage for the first time in a bit. So, wow. Oof. Thank goodness for fate points.
Yeah, we're going to talk about how 21 damage is not actually, these guys aren't that bad. So
6 exploding is a thing. So that's it for me.
Thank you, Tom. And then we'll just gotta drop down over to Laura, because hi, Laura. You're officially the only holy person that Nethra likes.
well, that's okay, because Diesel's pretty much the best holy person ever, but Nethra's probably not met as many holy people as she seems to claim like she has, because
No.
her and Diesel are going to have conflicting definitions of what that means.
Nethra's a very simple dwarf.
So, no, the continued Sigmar's the best, and, you know, I'm just going to keep not dying until you accept that.
Okay. There are worse things.
At some point, you're not going to be able to not accept it. It's going to be so amazingly spectacular that I don't die that you can't not accept it anymore. It's possibly when we find a dragon, but we'll see.
We'll find
How
out.
this turned into a dragon hunt. I don't know how this happened, but yeah.
Look,
All right.
we're gonna throw her at this giant flying bat thing first.
Yeah.
And see how she does with that. And then we'll totally get her drunk and make her forget about the dragon. Hey, Pope, how are you? How's life?
Doing well. Hey everybody, Pope here, Pope World on Twitter, Pope World on Twitch, lurking on your streams. Next you'll see me is back here on Saturday. I'll let Prax go over the details. And then on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern over on Balrog 1911, we're nearing the end of Brinkwood, the Blood of Tyrants. The Duke has decided to give himself a new title and a parade. He is making himself king. And so we have a party to crash in the most violent fashion possible. So definitely tune in to see our Fey bargained brigands and what they are up to, because it seems like we've got a party to, at the very least, disrupt, if not committal, just a little regicide as a treat. But yes, it is always good being here with these wonderful people and getting to play Eldar. And thank you all so much for being here with us, whether it's live on YouTube, Stories Nothing Without Its Audience, you're much part of this as we are. And I am looking forward to seeing us continue to hopefully not die. And I really want to duel the fucker on the horse. I just want, like, if you between both Zweihander lore and Warhammer lore, the duel is the thing. If you gotta have one. So this is my chance. So I'm gonna try and take it. And we'll see how that goes, because I'm pretty certain that guy is absolute fucking badass. And we'll see how that goes. But till next time, folks, take care of yourselves, one another, and I'll see you around.
Thank you indeed. Thank you. Yeah, I want to see Eldar duel this fucker on a horse now that he can have an actual flaming weapon that will last more than a single round. Because that'll be badass. I wonder if Gisela will let Nethra do the same thing to her weapon.
Sigmar's more about the lightning, the fire.
I mean, my weapon's already on fire some of the time. Not all of the time, but some of the time. So I don't think real fire is going to help, but...
I mean, I could make it, like, you could add it so it'd have, like, exploding spark points. So just, you know, little individual things of gunpowder, so you strike it on with enough force and you make a boom at the same time. It'd be great.
Get that, like,
Oh
cool,
no,
like, medieval
gun hammer
times
all
spark
over
effect.
again.
I'm sorry, we don't do the gun hammer.
It's not a gun hammer. It's just encouraging sparkling and violence and cherry bombs. It's fine. It's fine. But as for me, hey y'all, you know me. I'm at Deirdre Donlin on Twitter, or Praxagora Thesmiophoria. You see me around here on Twitch. And the next time you'll see me, well, you might see me tomorrow, depending on how I'm feeling. So I might do some more cute robot weirdness. We've been playing some Retro Machina on stream, and that is cute robot, and now it's dark as fuck. And I'm like, ooh, it's fun. But we'll be back on Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here for the first episode with our full crew for A Song of Agapia's Fortune. All of the drama will be happening. We are going to a coronation, everybody. There are so many things that I've got to play with. It will be wonderful. And if you've missed out on any of the character introductions from any of our 6 player characters, you can check them out. They're on YouTube. They're actually in their own playlist, as well as on the Agapia's Fortune playlist, so you can check those out. I'm just gonna say that there will be a lot of fun coming in the near future. Between everything, and we'll just see what happens. But that'll be Saturday night, and then we'll be back here on Wednesday for some more Zweihander. And a thing is happening that I can't talk about, but I might be able to talk about on Saturday. We'll find out. Hopefully soon. But on that note, everybody, we're gonna say goodnight, have fun, and don't die. Bye.